The first light of dawn stretched over the endless savannah, spilling amber and gold across the tall, waving grass. Each blade seemed to glow as the sun crept higher, and the horizon was painted in shades of pink, orange, and lavender. From a distance, the faint silhouettes of the savannah's greatest predators began to emerge. The king of the plains, a lion with a mane thick and golden as sunlight itself, lifted his massive head from the warmth of the morning earth. His amber eyes blinked slowly, surveying the land that he ruled not with tyranny but with instinctual authority. The rustling of the grass underfoot was the first sign of movement, a language understood only by those who roamed the wild. Birds scattered in flurried bursts, startled by an unseen presence. Somewhere far away, the deep, resonating roar of another lion rolled across the plains, carrying a message of strength, territory, and warning. Near a rocky outcrop, a leopard crouched low, its sleek spotted coat blending with the dappled shadows cast by the scattered acacia trees. Every muscle in its powerful body was coiled, ready to spring, yet it moved with an elegance that made its predatory intent almost invisible. The leopard's tail swayed slowly, a silent metronome counting the rhythm of the wilderness. Below, a herd of gazelle grazed cautiously, their ears flicking in unison at every distant sound. The tension between predator and prey filled the morning air with an almost tangible pulse. The cheetahs, distant but unmistakable, began warming their legs for a sprint there, lean bodies rippling with tension as they prepared for a day of survival. The savannah was alive, not just with the movements of its largest inhabitants, but with the intricate symphony of life. Insects hummed in the heat, the distant calls of hyenas echoed from unseen valleys, and the wind whispered secrets through the trees. Even the sun seemed aware of the drama below, tracing its path in golden arcs and casting shadows that danced like spirits on the ground. Every ripple of the tall grass, every rustle of a small creature, contributed to a larger story, one of hunger, courage, and relentless instinct. The lion stretched, his claws scraping against the stone beneath him, producing a sound sharp and commanding in the still air. He yawned, revealing massive teeth that had been honed over years of hunting. The mane around his face shimmered in the morning light, a halo of power and majesty. Below, a young cub mirrored his father's movements, pawing the ground and tumbling playfully with its siblings. The innocence of youth clashed beautifully with the harsh realities of survival, yet even in play, the lessons of the wild were etched into every interaction. The older lions watched silently, their eyes observant and calculating, ensuring that the cubs learned not just to survive, but to thrive in a world that demanded strength, awareness, and courage. Every moment was a study in contrasts, predator and prey, light and shadow, stillness and sudden movement. A herd of elephants crossed a distant plain, their trumpeting calls blending with the roars and growls of the big cats. Dust rose in golden cloud behind their massive feet, creating an ethereal haze that softened the horizon and made the plain seem like an endless dreamscape. Meanwhile, a pair of vultures circled high above, their wings catching the sunlight, scanning for weakness below. Nothing in this ecosystem existed in isolation. Every creature was bound by invisible threads of life, connected in a dance as old as the land itself. The camera of imagination, though invisible, captured each detail in breathtaking clarity. The shimmering mane of the lion, the glint in the leopard's eye, the quiver of the grass under a small, unseen insect. Every element contributed to a tapestry of motion and emotion. The wind shifted, carrying the scent of the earth. After a brief morning drizzle, mixing with the musk of the big cats and the faint aroma of flowering shrubs, the senses of the animals were attuned to every nuance. The faintest tremor of the soil, the softest rustle of leaves, the distant call of arrival. In this moment, life was both fragile and ferocious, beautiful yet unforgiving, and the savannah's rulers moved through it with grace born of millions of years of evolution. As the sun climbed higher, the lion finally rose, muscles rippling under golden fur, and padded silently across the rocks. His eyes scanned every horizon, every shadow, a study in concentration and instinct. The leopard, now in full view, slinked to the grass with barely a sound, a ghost of spotted elegance in motion. Both knew the rules of the plains. Survival demanded awareness, courage, and respect for the balance of life. And in these golden hours of dawn, the savannah told its story in whispers and roars, in the gleam of eyes and the brush of fur, a story captured forever in the heart of anyone who dared to witness it. Deep within the heart of the dense jungle, sunlight filtered through layers of thick canopy, creating an intricate mosaic of shadows and glowing patches on the forest floor. The air was heavy with humidity, rich with the scent of wet earth, moss, and blooming orchids. Every step in this hidden world carried sound and consequence. From the subtle crack of a twig to the flutter of wings overhead, a tigress, sleek and powerful, moved silently along a narrow path carved by generations of jungle inhabitants. Her coat was a perfect tapestry of orange and black stripes, allowing her to vanish almost completely against the filtered light and shadow of the forest. Her amber eyes, sharp and alert, scanned every movement, a leaf trembling, a bird taking flight, or a small mammal skittering through undergrowth. The tigress paused near a sparkling stream, its waters rushing over smooth stones, creating a gentle melody that merged with the hum of insects and distant calls of monkeys. She lowered her head carefully, drinking only after ensuring no predator or rival was near. Her reflection shimmered in the water, twin amber eyes. Staring back at the world, she ruled silently. Behind her, two cubs tumbled playfully among ferns and fallen logs, unaware of the jungle's subtle dangers, yet instinctively learning the skills of stealth, observation, and patience. They pounced at each other, claws retracted, ears flicking at every unfamiliar sound, absorbing lessons in survival through play. Every step of the tigress was calculated, a mix of instinct and learned wisdom passed down through generations. Above, the jungle canopy was alive with motion. Birds darted from branch to branch, their vibrant feathers flashing against dark green leaves. Monkeys swung with practiced agility, calling to one another in sharp, clear voices. A distant horn sounded from a rhinoceros hidden in the foliage, its massive form outlined only by the ripple of leaves as it moved. Even the tiniest insect contributed to the jungle's intricate symphony. The buzz of bees, the soft hum of moths, and the rapid scuttling of ants over tree bark created an ever-present sense of life and movement. Every creature was part of a larger pattern, each playing a role in the endless cycle of existence.